Scratching.
I'm trying to get a place to put it, 'cause I forgot my thing. Unless I have it.
Oh my god, you got one thing to remember and you can't even fucking do that.
No, I had a lot of things to remember actually tonight.
Well, hurry up, because it's starting.
I'm done.
Alright. Welcome, fight fans. Another UFC edition. This week, UFC 222. Cris Cyborg versus Yana Kunitskaya, I think it is pronounced. I'll go with it anyway.
Kunitskaya.
Kunitskaya?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go through last week's card, which was UFC on Fox 28, Emmett vs Stevens, and then we'll get onto this card and get rolling. Have you got the card up from last week?
I'll get it up now.
Right, we might as well start with the main fight anyway last week. Stevens Emmett, was it an illegal knee?
I haven't seen it.
What?
Didn't watch it.
Oh my god.
My iPad ran out of charge just before, so I see the finish, but it wasn't enough to go. What I saw, yeah, it was illegal, but he was finished anyway, so that's from what I saw.
There was loads of comments about people saying that fucking hell. They were saying that some were saying that he was already gone, and some were saying the knee didn't actually land, so it shouldn't have mattered. But then others,
it did land. It did land.
See, others were saying it did, and because it didn't land, it didn't matter. But others were saying, yeah, but he threw it anyway, and he shouldn't have thrown it. And so you've got like a proper towing cost on that decision.
It went up, so what he was aiming to, it missed. But as his knee came down, it hit him in the back of the head. But yeah, I think from what I saw, I see like 10-second clip. And from what I saw, yeah, he looked like he was going to get finished anyway.
Does that put Stevens as the next shot after?
No.
Whoever, not the next shot, because obviously the winner of Ortega, Edgar, will get the shot. But does he then be the next one after that?
No.
Why?
I think he has to have one more fight first.
Against who then?
I don't know. Okay.
Well, you got Holloway, Edgar, Ortega. Who's for? It'll be Stevens, because Emmett was 4.
I'll give him Swanson.
Yeah, but I think Emmett was 4, and Stevens was 7, and Stevens has leapfrogged Emmett now. So, if Holloway's champion, who's won?
Edgar. No, Aldo's one. Then it's Edgar.
So really,
Probably
then.
will take Emmett.
No, I don't think Aldo will get another title shot anyway. But you'd probably look at giving Stevens Aldo then.
If he fights, I don't know if he's going to fight again. I don't really see it, to be honest.
Alright, well.
I think you've got to give him either the loser of this fight or take it Edgar, or you give him Swanson. And if he wins whoever the one of them fights, then you give him the next title shot, because you got to think, after this fight, Holloway's going to have a couple more months before he actually fights the winner. So then he's going to be sitting out for a long time. So yeah, you might as well fight on the same card or whatever, and then they can do a little face-off or whatever.
Okay. Either way, it ended up being a knockout, which I put a decision because I just thought they were both going to tough each other out, but obviously Stevens got the job done. Andrade Torres, I don't know why I went against Andrade after watching that.
No, it wasn't that bad.
She was brilliant.
Oh. was incredible.
She smashed through her, mate.
No, she didn't.
She took everything and more and kept going.
No, she didn't.
She
First
picked her
round,
up.
she got fucked up.
Nah, she won all 3 rounds in my eyes.
Oh my god, you are stupid. Torres was walking back, kept hitting her. Andrade didn't know what to do. She just, every time she got caught, she fucking lighted her up. Then she went for the takedown because that's the only way she could have won. But then, yeah, she did win the fight, fair enough, just from takedowns and that. But, stand up, Torres had her.
She did.
And it shows Torres is tough as hell. She got survived the 2nd and 3rd round.
Yeah, so Andrade will definitely get the next shot after Rose, Joanna.
How do you think that fight will go down Rose and Andrade?
I think Andrade, I don't think she lost badly to Joanne either. I think she just, I don't know really well.
She just got outboxed.
Yeah, see, I think she'll always get outboxed in whoever she fights, but
yeah, I think if she had a rematch with Joanna, I think she would go for the takedowns more. I think she'll just go for it because she knows that Joanna ain't gonna get like alpha as Torres now.
I think she's probably the next champion after Rose.
Yeah, I think Torres will be champion now. I think these 2 girls have a rematch in the future.
OSP Latifi. OSP Latifi. Obviously, you called Latifi out of spite because I said OSP, and he knocked him out. I thought he was going to look a lot better, and then, like we said last week, both of them, when they look good until they fight the top 5, and then they just crumble, and it was a matter of who crumbled in this bout, and OSP just got rocked. He looked terrible, he looked slow. Yeah,
I just think every time he gets a decent name or someone
that's what I mean, yeah.
He panics. He's one of them boys that you give to the people like who's up and coming. If they beat him, then they're moving on to the next step. He's like the gatekeeper, really.
Obviously, the first main fight on the card, which was another disappointment, which is Mike Perry, Max Griffin.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he was looking for them big hits too much.
After the last fight, I thought he'd learn. He got all he got was points last night. He could have probably finished the fight. At the end, he just looked tired and kind of gave up a bit. And then, when in this fight, I thought, right, he might try and jab and might still go for the power punch and set them up more. And he just went in there, done the same shit. That haircut, man, change it. Fucking hell, he's pissing me off.
That Griffin looked good. He literally
Griffin's, yeah, but he's not.
I know he's not.
Good.
Yeah, I know, but he looked good. That's the thing. He actually went in with a plan. You could see. He actually went in with a plan.
Say you put Mike Perry against Till, but before like this fight, you go fucking hell, that's a tough fight, you know. Then if you said Max Griffin, Till, you go Till's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Mike Perry done everything Max wanted him to do. He just walked him down.
But he doesn't have a coach, does he? He can't do.
Fuck no, he just travels around. He needs to sort himself out.
Because someone started slating him, saying you need to change your girlfriend for coaching.
No, do you know who that was?
Yeah, go on. I did. Go on.
Like Covert.
That's it. Yeah, he's got some shit.
You see what he said though? He said your girlfriend looks like a horse or something.
Yeah. Because Derek Lewis just gave him a load of shit, Covert.
Did he?
Yeah, because apparently he said something about Derek Lewis. So Derek Lewis is going, fuck that motherfucker. He's fuming with him now. There's loads there's loads kicking off about it.
He could be so good in that, but he just needs to sort himself out a bit. He needs to have a break. That's all.
Right, into the prelims, you had Renan Barao versus Bryan Keller.
I'll tell you what, the first couple rounds, it's quite like, it seemed like they both gave what they could give, but it seemed Bryan wanted it more. He just, every time he got hit, when Barao got hurt, you could see in his face he looked panicked. His eyes went a bit fucking weird. He looked like a dog. And then Bryan was there like, alright, let's go. And mate, he looked good, man. I'm surprised how good he looked.
All the fights that we just talked about were hit and miss for what we predicted. There was a few we got wrong and a few we got right. But every fight now, every fight before the Bryan Keller fight and Renan Barral fight, we predicted bang on, like, winners, and some we even predicted exactly how it was going to go down. So you had McMahon.
I'll tell you what, he called out John Lineker, didn't he?
Who?
Bryan.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said, get your operation to get your teeth back, and then whenever a certain date or whatever, and then I'll knock them back out. I tell you what, I think he does win that fight.
Who, Keller or Lineker?
Yeah, Keller. I think he's moving. He's never tires either. I tell you what, 10 more seconds in that third round, Barral would have been out.
Okay, right. You got McMahon Renal, which obviously Renal won. See, all these fights I didn't see because I never get the chance to see the prelims.
McMahon was doing alright. On the first round, on the ground, she had her. It was fucking a big ground for her. What's her name? Renal. Yeah, she's 40 years old.
Well, yeah, when I was watching it, when I was looking at reports, live reports, McMahon was smashing her according to the reports, and then out of nowhere, bang, got done by an arm lock or something.
Yeah, what happened was, the coach was saying their right hand's there every time. She went in there for a right hand, dropped her. McMahon was kind of just going for a takedown. Then the submission just got put, and then you could see, she was in it for quite a while, and you could see she had just fucking had to give up in the end.
We called Angela Hill to beat that Morose. No doubt she didn't use her height or reach advantage yet again.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she won because she's been unlucky with who she's fought and that.
She's been called out again. I don't know who by. Oh,
who? Hill?
Yeah, someone said let's go, let's get the fight on or something.
Because she's game, mate. She don't give a shit. Juban beat Saunders, which we said would happen.
Good knockout. That Saunders' legs was like fucking. Dude, a skanky leg.
Yeah. Obviously, Alvey smashed that Marcin Prachi now.
I didn't see that fight. See the finish, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw the finish, yeah. Well, 42 seconds. Obviously, that Rani Yahya beat Russell Dione, who we said would win. Perez beat Shelton, who I said would win. And that Manny Bermudez got the choke, which we said, and you even called it round 2 as well.
I know.
In terms of bet, I think the only one that let you down was Perry, wasn't it?
Who did I have? Stevens. I had Torres as well, I think. Or did I?
No, you didn't. I don't think you had Latif. No, not on your bet.
Oh, Barral.
Oh, you had Barral. Oh,
yeah,
so you had two. You had two let you down.
And to be fair, I think it was like, I'm not sure what the round. I don't know if he won a round or not, but yeah, I wasn't too far off.
Well, you were. You were two wrong, because you had Perry and Barral. That's poor.
Oh, you dickhead.
That's poor. Right. While I sort of get the card up for this week's event, MMA news.
Oh, it's decent this week.
Yeah, we'll let you know about it if it is or not.
Alright. Ozdemir against Texura.
Yeah.
At UFC 224 in Brazil, Rio.
Oh, okay.
I think Rio. That Jamila v Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
At Atlantic City.
Yeah.
A decent one that I didn't expect. Grasso, who I like, I think she's sick.
Yeah.
Against that Tatiana Suarez.
Oh, okay.
UFC
Santiago. That will be interesting.
Yeah. Joseph Benavidez v Sergio Perez.
Okay.
Benavidez' first fight after quite a long layoff, I think, at UFC 225. Barboza Lee, obviously the main event, I think, at Atlantic City. Marlon Morales. Is it Morales? Morales?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Morales probably.
Against Riviera.
Jimmy.
Yeah, at Utica. Don't know what the fuck that says.
Yeah.
And then, fuck knows. It's the main event though. And then a rumour is they're trying to get that Blades against Overeem at UFC 225.
Blades will knock him out.
I think he wrestles him.
You've missed out a fight on that thing.
If it is, it's because it's been announced today or yesterday.
No, it ain't. Gadella versus Sparza.
Yeah, I was supposed to put that last week. I forgot.
Yeah, because I watched a bit about it.
That was it. So I think there's some good fights there. They're all good fights, really, aren't they?
Yeah, was there any actual injury news or any other news other than just fights being confirmed?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right, good report. McGregor's going to definitely be at that Ferguson Khabib watching.
Why? How do you know that?
So I've read it.
From what?
A few different places. It just keeps popping up on my thing.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, what's their reason? What is it? He's going to support Lobov. That's what.
No, they've just said they didn't say why he's there, but they're saying he is going to be there.
He'll get the winner. They'll set it up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly that.
And Lobov. You'll
Lobov.
see a little bit of thing in the back room, I guarantee it. Because he'll go in the back room with Lobov, and guess what? In one of them rooms will be Ferguson or Khabib.
Yeah, well, Lobov has even come out and said that the Edgar McGregor fight was very close to being made.
Oh yeah, because MMA Hour, he said it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I don't know if I believe it. I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, right, let's get cracking with this card. So the first early prelim is Jordan Johnson versus Adam Milstead. Jordan Johnson goes in as the favourite, according to the bookies. He's 8-0, primarily a wrestler. He's beaten Marcel Fortuna and Henrik De Silva. They're the only two names of note. He's got a slight reach advantage over Adam Milstead. It's his third fight in the UFC. Both wins previously were by decision. He'll definitely try and take this fight to the ground if he gets the opportunity. But the weight is massive. Because it's a light heavyweight bout, I think. But they've got Matey weighing at 240. So he's got a hell of a cut to make to get down to 205. I don't know.
Who weighs 240?
Milstead. That's only on the UFC thing, on the card thing. Yeah, the Johnson loves his head and arm chokes. Has 3 wins in 62 seconds. This matey.
What, in 62? Exactly 62? Or
No.
60?
Well, in 62 seconds, yeah, exactly. He's had 3 wins in exactly 62 seconds.
That's fucked up.
But I think he's going to probably most likely do a DC. He's going to be like a DC, I think. He's going to, because he's in the same weight division, I think he's going to, just, yeah. I think he's just going to take it to the ground and just lay on him and that.
The other guy had a fight with Blades, didn't he?
What's that? Say again?
The other guy, Adam Milstead or whatever, he had a fight with Curtis Blades.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was a no contest.
Oh, yeah, I did see that because something to do with drugs. Yeah, it was something to do with drugs.
So who are you going for then?
Wait there, I've not read about Matey Boy yet.
Alright.
Adam Milstead is 8-1, who was obviously formerly a heavyweight. That's probably why it's got it written down on the card as a heavyweight. Oh, you want about Milstead had a fight with Curtis Blades, yeah. But he was KO'd by him as well.
What?
But
Curtis Blades?
yeah, Blades knocked him out. But yeah, Blades failed a marijuana test, so he was overturned to a no contest. But the other guy did KO his first opponent, so really, it's his light heavyweight debut as well. How long do you, we got a question. How long do you reckon John Jones gets from this USADA thing? I've heard I've heard it's supposed to double your previous. So what did he get before?
He never comes back. He's fucking useless.
He got 2 years before, didn't he?
I reckon he'll be back this year.
Do you?
Yeah, I just think everything. It's
going to swing in his favour.
It's money, innit? It's money that makes.
Money talks.
And and whatever he gets, it's from the year from the fight. So it's nearly been a year already, anyway. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So even if.
So if you say you got a year.
Yeah, it'll be back next year.
July's up. He's allowed to fight.
Alright, so you reckon it's not going to be too long then? You reckon it could be by the end of this year?
Yeah, I think at the end of this year he'll probably fight maybe last. I reckon last event of the year could be Jones Cormier 3.
We got a matey on YouTube, Will Martin. He reckons 18 months. He reckons he'll probably get 18 months, so he would have served a year of that nearly. So yeah, he's on the same ballpark as you then.
Yeah, it's just fucking. I don't know. You see what he's doing in that interview?
No.
Interview. I don't know what it is, but he just kept everything answer he said. He's just being smart with it and just being a little like what 10-year-olds do.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, Shate came out and said,
she's over it.
Yeah, she's just like enough of it really. But yeah, but the woman in there, like who's listening and is gonna, like, I don't know what she's like not the judge, but yeah. Anyway, she was she said, I was gonna embarrass you, but you've done that for yourself. Oh, I just think you're a mug. He's just a dickhead, isn't he?
Yeah. So yeah, that first fight, I think it's going to come down to the heavyweight, the former heavyweight, the Adam Milstead. I think it's down to him to try and keep it standing. If he wants to win, that's how he's going to win. He's got to keep it standing and not let matey try and grapple him and pull him down and lay on him. So I've gone, just because he was a former heavyweight as well, if he makes the cut, which I'd imagine he does, I've got that Milstead to beat him by KO, even though he's the underdog. I've got it round 2 maybe. So you're going to go Johnson?
Yeah, he'll wrestle him and I think it'll be a decision.
Okay. Right, next fight is you, Caraway, Cody Stamann.
See, that Cody Stamann, he fought that Tom Dickin, what was it? The young kid, a fire kid or whatever.
Oh, Dukenwa.
Dukenwa, that's it.
Something like that,
and he had a lot of hype about him because he was like champion of Bama at the time and he's only like 19 or whatever. And I was watching that fight because the kid's supposed to be a bit special now. That Cody fucking showed him. He had more experience, he didn't look good.
When I've watched that Cody fight before, he has looked quite good actually, yeah.
He's quicker now, he's 16-1. He's on a 9-fight win streak.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he did 6 KOs, 2 subs.
That's going on my
decisions. From what I see, he's quite explosive and he's quick hands and yeah, he's quite good.
Caraway hasn't fought in a while, has he?
No, Caraway's last fight was in May 2016.
Has Caraway been knocked out?
I'm not sure, but he's won his last 2 fights and he beat Aljamain Sterling in his last fight.
Okay.
He seems more on the ground. He's had 7 submissions, 1 knockout, 3 decisions out of his.
Oh, okay.
That don't make fucking sense at all.
Right. Well.
Maybe 17. Yeah, maybe 17 submissions. I'll just maybe.
Who, Stamann?
No, Caraway.
Oh, Caraway. Go on.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, I think Cody Stamann, where he's had a long day after that Caraway, he's ranked 7, isn't he? And the other guy's not even ranked. So it's a big step. Last time this happened with a non-ranked in the 7th was Garbrandt against Almeida.
I'm pretty sure Caraway was a lot higher ranked, but because he hasn't fought for so long, I think he's just been getting pushed back.
Yeah, he's dropping down.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know what the stat is, but there's something like his last, this could be well wrong, but it's something like his last 6 fights he's pulled out of.
Who? Caraway?
Caraway, something like that. He's either missed weight or injured or something. I can't.
Okay.
Anyway, the way he's going, he's just been really unlucky and just keeps like his fights just ain't happening. But I think Stamann will win that. I just think it's too quick. He's been active a lot more.
Yeah, I think sometimes it does show when they ring rust. It does, even though people say it's a myth. I think this one, if he's as quick as like you say, which I remember him being quite quick, I think this could be. Yeah, I'd definitely lean towards Stamann.
Caraway said he's been struggling a bit lately. I don't know what with. Maybe he's been a bit ill or something.
Right, another question. Would you buy the pay-per-view if CM Punk fought Mayweather?
Fuck off.
He said he would.
That's a joke.
Why?
I wouldn't watch it if it was in my back garden.
Yeah, but right now this is why. See, I would watch it purely because CM Punk will take it to ground.
Yeah,
that's all he's got to do.
CM Punk does not have a chance.
Why?
Right, let me just walk you through it. CM Punk's a fake wrestler, can't fight for shit as he's been proved against Mickey Gall. Against maybe arguably the greatest boxer of all time. So stand up, it's a no-go. Whether he uses kicks or not, it's a no-go. He ain't going to be able to box him or hit him, really. If people like Canelo, Pacquiao and McGregor now are struggling, but CM Punk ain't going to do shit. Weight's only weight. You still have to have the skill to do it. Wrestling, all he's going to be doing is learning. He don't even have to train stand-up because he knows he'll have the stand-up in the bag already. So he just keeps takedown defense. He'll bring some big good guys in. Rockhold's trained at his gym before. He'll get him to teach. He can get any training person he wants because of his Mayweather. CM Punk will get finished.
It's because he wants to see Floyd get choked unconscious. To be fair, I would. I don't like Mayweather. I'd like to see him get. The thing is, I'd rather it be McGregor and a head kick to the face, and him slept like.
To be honest, I don't know if I want to see Mayweather in the octagon because I think it does downgrade the UFC a bit. It does make it like, anyone can walk in. If CM Punk's done it, why not have Mayweather? It's just a bit. I don't know.
Floyd Mayweather, Nate Diaz.
Don't even try and question that.
No, but I'm saying
that'd be wicked. Take his bangs and go, is that it?
I don't think you would even take the fight.
If Mayweather's gonna be serious about this, you give him an up and rising, lightweight if he's gonna do it. Give him a fucking not a Decazzi, I think it's too good for him, but maybe give him Decazzi or something. Or Northcutt, give him someone young who's coming up, and if he beats him, fair enough, you've got a bit of value, but he doesn't have a chance against Northcutt or Decazzi.
Right, moving on to the next fight, because I've got to move it along. Mike Pyle versus Zach Ottow.
His retirement fight.
Who?
Mike Pyle.
How is it? Yeah, I've got him to win.
Yeah, you're the one doing stats in, eh?
Yeah. That never come up on everywhere I looked.
MMA news.
This is his 19th UFC fight. His UFC record's 10-8. 7 of the 8 losses were finishes. Coming in on a 2-loss streak. 7 of the 10 wins were finishes. So obviously he's always in a fight that seems to finish. Former WEC champ, likes to strike and jiu-jitsu. I think the reason I've got him to win is I think the experience will tell in this fight. I think he's fought so many fights and against some decent fighters because his most notable losses are Covington, Brown and Rory McDonald. So he's lost to some big names there and fought some decent fighters. But now you said it's his retirement fight. I think he's definitely going to have KO power in him. And I think if he pushes a fight, he'll get the KO and the W to get in the win column and bow out in the win column. But that Zach Ottow, I remember seeing him fight.
He fought at Gillian.
Yeah, that's the last one he lost to. But he got rocked in round 1, TKO, KO. But has outstruck 3 of the 4 fighters he's fought. He's always outstruck them. It was only that Li Jingliang that's actually outstruck him, obviously, but that was obviously a wrong one.
Let's be honest, at UFC, if I just do that, shadow boxing in the air, bomb, bomb, oh, fucking hell, 10 punches there. Fuck off. Shit, that, move on.
Both wins have been by split decision. Has a slight disadvantage in height and reach to Pyle. And I think he's going to struggle in this fight. Needs to make his strikes count and not waste them. So.
How has his UFC fights gone down? That Zach Ottow, has he been finished in all them or?
This is his 5th fight, and his UFC record's 2-2. Both wins have been by split decision, which I just told you.
That's a joke.
And he's been knocked out his last fight. Can't remember what the first fight was, but yeah, it's not great. That's why I've got Pyle to win by around 2 KO again.
I reckon that Pyle will go to decision.
Okay.
I think for retirement fights, he'll probably see the happy ending, the shitty decision. So I don't know.
Right, I'll do the next one because I'll do in card order. So it's CB Dollaway versus Hector Lombard. In the this is now the prelims. It's the first fight of the prelims on the card. Yeah, I've got. I don't know who that's for. 10 wins in the UFC, 8 losses. Yeah, that must be Dollaway. He's got a significant height and reach advantage over Lombard, both 5 inches. Lost the Ultimate Fighter finale back in the day. Won his last fight against Ed Herman. Previous fights prior to that were losses to Nate Marquay, the one that Belfort beat, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, he lost to
Bisping by decision and Machida by knockout round 1. All wins that he's had are against nobodies that I've heard of anyway.
His biggest wins against Jesse Taylor, he got submission after 9.
Exactly, nobody's. But when he fights half decent fighters, he struggles. So it's another one of those, like what we said about Latifi and OSP and that. This is obviously a middleweight belt.
Yeah, Dollaway, I see him fucking. I see his face everywhere. Every time I look, I've just never seen him fight. If I have seen him fight, I really don't remember it. Oh, it's one of them faces, man.
Well, he's primarily a wrestler, and I think if he's in order to win, he's going to want to avoid Lombard's striking. So I think he's going to be another fight that's going to. Well, the way to win is going to get Lombard on the ground and suffocate him, and basically not let him throw punches, because I think Lombard's going to have too much power if he's not careful, and he could get KO'd. But obviously Lombard is on a hell of a losing streak. I think he's 3-6 in the UFC, and he's on a 4-loss slide, losing to Magny KO, Henderson KO, Hendricks decision, and Anthony Smith KO.
I just want to say, what a KO by Henderson on that elbow.
Yeah.
Do you know that Lombard, he was at Bellator before the UFC, I believe, and he was like the champion. He was going through everyone. Now, that's why UFC signed, because there was such a big hype around him.
Well, he's all about judo, isn't he? Judo and power. But his last win was actually the win he did have was overturned, and he got a year suspension for drug use against Joshua Berkman. Classic Joshua Berkman, the man that can not get a win. So yeah, it's his 11th fight in the UFC. I just think it'll be too strong, and just with his style of judo and stuff like that, I think it's going to be. I think this is Lombard's comeback win. I think he's going to knock him out in round 3.
If he doesn't win this, he's getting a cut.
Yeah, he must be. Yeah, he must be. Right.
I'm going to go Lombard knockout round 2.
Okay. Right, next fight in the prelim is Dodson and Pedro Munhoz.
Yeah. Right. that Munhoz, I thought he was the one who beat Azinsal, but it's not.
This is a fight that's been rearranged as well, yeah?
Yeah, because what happened was that Munhoz missed weight. What fight card was it? Maybe 221?
Okay.
I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I think it was.
That, you know, Edgar manager, Ali.
Yeah, I know you're on about.
Yeah, he was saying Dodson should have took the fight because it's his last fight in the contract and he wouldn't get the cut. Because it's more likely if you lose your last fight, you're going to get the cut. So he's saying he should have took the fight because they'll never cut someone who's fighting someone who's missed weight.
Oh, okay.
So he's saying he should have took the fight because whatever happens, he's not going to get a cut. So he's guaranteed another contract.
Oh, okay.
So, and he's saying his management, Dodson's management, should have told him that he should have known that, and it's a stupid.
So this is his last fight then on that contract at the minute.
Yeah. So his last fight, and
he won't get cut anyway. Even if he lost, I don't think he'll get cut.
Oh no, I don't. But still, you should have just.
Yeah. You sort of play the advantage, the percentages if it's in your favour. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Dodson's explosive, fast hands. He's powerful from what we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Johnson 2 good fights.
Yeah.
But lately he's been pretty shit. He lost 3 of his last 5.
Whoa! Before we go any further, what weight's this at? Bantam or fly?
Yeah, Bantam.
Bantam, right.
He's had 9 KOs. Biggest win over Dariush, obviously. Ultimate final. Ultimate fighter finale.
Mm-hmm.
KO'd him. Right, 9 knockouts, 2 subs, and 8 decisions. So, yeah, he's alright. But Pedro's 15-2. Dodson's 19-9, by the way. Pedro is 15-2. He's had 2 knockouts, 9 subs, and 4 decisions. So he's seen more on the ground. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and he's on a 4-fight win streak.
Okay.
That Dodson's last fight was at Marlon Morales, and he lost by a split decision, I think. Oh yeah, it was. I don't know why I keep saying I think. But I didn't watch the full fight. I just watched the highlights back.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how. From what I've seen, I don't know how Dodson didn't win it. He dropped him twice, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think when I watch Dodson, he is fucking good. Like, he's got a bit about him when he fought Lineker. I think he fought Lineker now. And he got a bit about him. But it seems like he just can't get the wins, really.
Okay.
That Pedro, I thought he's someone else because the other guy was pretty good. I have to look it up quick. I'm waiting for my phone's froze. But yeah, like I said, I thought he was the one that beat Azinsal, and I watched that fight and he looked good. But from the stats, from the fights he's had, it's saying he hasn't. But yeah, I think, Dodson's lost twice by sub, and he's obviously more on the ground with black belt, so he's just beat Rob Font for performance of the night.
Who, Munhoz?
Yeah. He's only lost in the UFC. Oh, he's had 2 losses. Yeah, 2 losses in the UFC, and they're both by Riviera and Azinsal, so...
Decent fighters, top 5, 6 fighters, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go...
I don't know, that's quite a hard one to call. Mate, he's got the height.
When you're on a win streak and your confidence up, you do seem to get that momentum, and you seem... but I do rate Dodson. I do think he's powerful now.
How old's Pedro Munhoz? Is he young?
He's 31.
Oh, so he's still raised to Dodson, isn't he?
Do you know what? I'm going to go Dodson decision.
Dodson decision. I was going to lean towards a Dodson decision actually while you was reading all that out.
I just think maybe from what I've seen, his stand-up's better. I just think maybe he's got to pull something out of the bag now. He's just, if he doesn't win this, it's just one of them where does he go down the flyway and try it there, because it ain't happening like Bantamweight.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Dodson as decision.
Yeah, I'll agree with Dodson.
Of course, whatever I say, agree with.
Right, next fight on the prelim, as there's 2 more left, is Beneil Dariush versus Alexander Hernandez. Hernandez is making his debut. And he's making it against a fucking tough fighter as well.
No, it's because it's a replacement.
What, a short notice one?
Yeah, Dariush jumped in.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because that's a hell of a fighter to pick in your first fight.
If you're getting offered or take a Dariush in your first fight, you might as well turn down the contract and go fight wherever you're fighting.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's a hell of a fight to come in. But he's coming in on an 8-1 record, 3 TKO, stroke KO, 2 sub, 3 decisions.
Yeah, imagine he wins up, he jumps straight up.
Well, yeah, if you come in and do something with Dariush, you're almost halfway there. You're making a little bit of a name for yourself. Does it well? Because I didn't read any of that he'd jumped in late or whatever. Because I've put, does UFC know something that we don't? When I see that he'd been matched with Dariush, I was like, fucking hell, first fight, and they're whacking him in with Dariush. I was like, what the fuck do they know that we don't?
Yeah, I'm sure. I read it like a couple of weeks ago.
Currently riding a 6-win streak. He's again another striker, a young fighter at 25. So we've got another younger one coming into the UFC debuting. Was a former Hero FC lightweight champ, which I don't know. That's obviously an American one, I would imagine. He's got. I read his favourite grappling move is the Japanese wizard sling. What the fuck is that?
What's that?
I don't know, but I just read it. That's why I wrote it down. I was like, what?
That sounds good though, I want to see it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't even know what it was if I was watching it. Obviously, a lot of the debutants, it's whether the occasion gets to them. It's whether it gets to him that maybe it might affect his fight or not.
His only loss was to split as well.
Right, going on to Dariush, number 12 ranked in the lightweight division, has beat, of note, Michael Johnson and James Vick, but does have losses to Barboza and Chiesa. 8-3 in the UFC, 4 KOs, 4 decisions. Out of the decisions, 1 was a split and 3 were unanimous. Last fight was a majority win. We know he's intelligent. We know he's got good speed and footwork. He's a good all-rounder. And I think he'll want to show the new kid on the block that this is the real deal. And that not anyone can just roll into the UFC and cash in wins and checks. So I'm going with a Dariush decision, even though he's a massive favourite. I think he's with himself and, well, Cyborg is the biggest favourite on the whole card, according to the bookies. The next favourites are Dariush and that Mackenzie Dern. They're the next 2 biggest favourites on the cards for wins. But as we've seen in previous weeks, there's been some big favourites that have gone down. Perry was the biggest favourite in last weekend's card, and he got fucking taught a lesson. So,
I think I'd agree with you with that Dariush decision. I think it's a late replacement. He hasn't had his full camp.
How convenient.
Maybe it's a bit slow, maybe. I think, he'll win convincingly by decision.
Right, moving on to the last fight on the prelim, and that's that Ashley Yoder versus Mackenzie Dern.
Do you know what? I think this could be an upset,
Well, I watched the UFC Embedded, that's number 6, and then she's going on to the press media bit, and she was like, oh yeah, they're going to ask about Rousey, and I'm like, what? Why are they going to ask about Rousey? Who is she? Who is this Mackenzie Dern?
Is that a question, or?
Yeah.
Well, because she's ground, I guess.
What, she never trained with her, or she's not a former student?
No, because they're saying she's the next Ronda Rousey, because the way how good her ground game is.
Oh, okay.
But she's like probably the best female jiu-jitsu person in the world.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
But she's making the switch over. And from what I see earlier, she's beat that Montana de la Rose.
Yeah.
She actually fought Kat Zingano in jiu-jitsu, I think.
Right.
I was trying to find out the result just before we went on, but nothing of it online. So it looks like she's lying, but Yeah, I think she knows what she fought. So.
It looks like she's lying.
Mackenzie Dern's obviously a strawweight. Fucking hell.
A women's strawweight fight, yeah.
5-0. She's had 3 subs and 2 decisions.
I've got 6-0, but anyway, crack on.
Yeah, don't listen to UFC. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Go on.
Won 2 fights by sub.
Oh, no, it is 5-0. Sorry, carry on.
And both of them, and she's had 2 subs in round 1.
Okay.
But the other girl's 5-3.
Yoder, yeah.
She's had 4 subs and 1 decision in her 5 wins. She's on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
And from what I've read and seen a bit, she's well rounded.
Yeah, that Yoder, I'm pretty sure, was on. She was on the Gadella Joanna. Ultimate Fire.
Yeah, she lost to Angela Hill.
Oh, maybe not then.
No, I think the Ultimate Fighter 25 finale. That's fucking Gadella Joanna.
Yeah, it was, I think. Oh no! She was the one before that. No, that was a fight after that.
What, Tim Elliott's one?
Yeah, she got signed up, and that was a fight that she fought against Angela Hill. She fought before that, and that was to do.
She fought Kish.
No.
She's had 2 fights in the UFC.
Yeah, no, but go back before Kish, can you or not?
Can do. Yeah, but that's the only 2 fights in the UFC, so.
Yeah, but your Ultimate Fighter doesn't count, does it?
What, you're saying she actually fought on the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah. In Gadella. Keep going. Keep doing your.
Her nickname's the Spider Monkey.
Yeah, I see that.
What a shit nickname.
Keep talking about that fight and what you think. I'm gonna quickly have a look.
I'm looking. There's literally nothing saying about that.
No, I'll find it. Go on.
Yeah. So they're both seen that they're better on the ground with 7 submissions and their 10 wins between them. I've seen Mackenzie. At the start of Embedded, I was like, wow, I think Yoder could win this, because I was watching, and when she was doing her drills, she was throwing a couple punches, then going straight for a takedown. I think that Yoder's got to be reading this. She knows she's going to lose on the ground because how good that Dern is, but surely she's expecting the takedowns after most combos. So I was thinking maybe Yoder can read that, but then I was thinking that Mackenzie Dern won't have no stand-up, well, not much stand-up. But then I watched Embedding. I was watching her hit the pads a bit, and she looks alright on the pads. She knows how to fucking. She's a little bit
shorter, isn't she?
She's a bit.
That's about all.
Who? Dern.
Yeah.
She's a bit shorter.
Well, it might have been that Yoder was standing on heels.
Oh.
When they done the media weigh-ins, Yoder was in like a cream dress.
Fucking hell. Now Dern was a black belt at the age of 19.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, I think, well, after all that shit I was saying about Yoder, about her, could be that upset now, I'm just going to go.
There you go. Team Joanna, light heavyweights, Josh Stansbury, Khalil Roundtree, Mayron Dennis, and Elias Ubina. Women's strawweights, JJ Aldrich, Jamie Moyle, Ashley Yoder, and Helen Harper.
Well done.
I don't even know if I've signed that to the camera, but she was definitely in it. I thought she was. I remember seeing her in it.
Yeah, but anyway, now Mackenzie Day, have you heard her speak?
Yeah.
There's a whole video on trying to break down where she's from or what she sounds where, like, what's her family from and all this.
Weird accent, yeah.
I just, as soon as I heard it, I thought Brazilian, and then her parents are Brazilian, so makes sense.
Well done.
Fucking creeps.
So what are you going with on the Dern?
I'm going Dern.
Oh, I think there might be a shock. Was your opening line to entice people in? I think that might be a shock. I think she could do. So we should just see. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dern. You fucking wanker.
I said about the stand up and I was looking at all she's doing is trying to like jab or two and then go for a takedown. I thought that's readable, but I think she has got a bit about her. Maybe stand like you said, she's favourite in that fight to knock her out.
Turn it down.
Yeah. So you're saying she's favourite to knock her out. What I think.
I've got.
But I think she might drop her if she's and then maybe finish it there like that. Renee last week.
Okay, well, I'm going to go submission. I've got submission, and I'm going to go with my favourite, round 2.
Alright, if you're picking around... Fuck it, I'll go round 1.
Right, you're up again for the first fight of the main card. Zingano, and against Ketlen Vieira.
Right, I'll start with Vieira.
In a women's bantamweight.
Yeah, bantamweight. She's undefeated 9-0. She's ranked number 5. To be fair, if you look at all the division and all the fighters up ranked, I would say 1 to 10, she's jumped up the most without even being known.
Active.
Really.
Oh, who? Vieira?
Yeah, like she's up. She's number 5 and
undefeated.
I bet not many people know her.
She's undefeated.
Yeah, it's 9-0. She's her background's jiu-jitsu and judo, so it's all ground, isn't it? She's had 2 knockouts, 4 submissions, and 3 decisions, so she's pretty rounded from what I'm seeing from her record. She's Brazilian. I'm sure she just beat that McMahon and Nunes Shevchenko too.
Okay.
And that's the biggest fight she's had. And McMahon has struggled against the bigger names, so.
Right.
Zingano has fought the bigger name. Her biggest wins obviously over Misha Tate and Nunes by knockout. She finished Nunes.
Nice. I know she's been trying to get that fight. I think she needs to get 2 or 3 fights under her belt and show that she's more active, and then I think she might even get that.
Well, the last fight was at Juliana Pena, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
And you remember I said about, I think Kat will win that. You watched her fight and you said that Pena fucking destroyed her. Obviously, I didn't see that fight, but from what I've seen from Kat, she's fucking good. She seems more of a ground person, but then she's had more knockouts than subs, so she's lost her last 2 fights.
Is she still with Team Alpha Male or not?
Who, Kat Zingano?
Yeah.
No. She's at Dominic Cruz's gym at Dominance.
Oh, right, okay.
Alpha, what, was she ever at Alpha Male?
Yeah.
What a bitch, we're moving over.
Right, go on.
But yeah, she lost the last 2 fights. Her last fight was at UFC 206, obviously, against Pena. Her last win was September 2014.
Fucking hell.
She said she's against Nunes. She said she's had such a long leg. It's been a year and a half. As obviously, she said it's not because of injury. It's just because of her, and she's in training every day and just trying to improve. And
oh, right. So she's almost done it by choice to improve her all-round game.
Yeah, she's number 6 in the world. Obviously, Vieira's number 5, so it makes sense. Both girls. I was going for Vieira, undefeated, and it's dangerous being undefeated, but I think Zingano, she's fought the bigger name. She's fought Rousey, Tate, Nunes. So she's fought the last 3 champions or whatever. Oh, before, obviously, last 3 of the 4 champions. Obviously, not fighting home. But, yeah, I think she'll come back and she'll look good. I think she'll win by decision.
Okay.
From what I've seen, she's decent.
I think ring rust will play a part, and I'm going to go Vieira. I'm going to go Vieira decision.
No, I'll go Zingano decision.
Right, moving on to the next fight in the main card. I believe is Struve and Andre Arlovski in the heavyweight division.
Yes, it is.
Obviously, Struve's exciting to watch because the majority of his fights are finishes. They always end in a finish, whether it's him being knocked out or him knocking out. I didn't realise how much he loved to fucking grapple and get the wins by submission. He's got quite a lot of submission wins.
Didn't he sub the guy when we were there?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
Nearly every fight in that card was a knockout.
Yeah. Well, he's 32 and 9. He's 32 and 9.
No, he's not.
What?
He's 28 and 9.
Well, according to this, he's 32 and 9. I think this fight is a finish. Someone's getting finished. Definitely.
Yeah, Arlovski.
No. Lost his last fight to Alexander Volkov, which was the headline in Rotterdam, wasn't it? Or is in Amsterdam, Holland.
Yeah, it was Amsterdam, yeah. Or Rotterdam.
No, Rotterdam, I think. Obviously loves a submission. He's got 17 wins by sub. Oh shit, keep yawning. That's what happens when you get up at 5 in the morning. Tallest fighter in the UFC, which everyone will know. Turned pro at 17. I think this is just going to be an absolute slugfest. Because obviously Arlovski's got to stay out of his reach. So he's got to get in the pocket. Dirty boxing, which I think plays to Arlovski's strengths. And I think Arlovski's going to catch him and drop the skyscraper.
See, yeah, he has been getting knocked. They've both been known to get knocked out.
Yeah, they both.
But I'll take it from here. Right, Struve, his biggest wins against Miocic, who obviously one of Miocic's only losses. And that was a decision, I believe. His last fight against Vulcan, TKO in round 3. Obviously, it's a 5-round because main event.
He's the highest ranked out of the two. He's 10 and Arlovski's 12 ranked.
I see it. When I look at it, Arlovski's not the same fighter he used to be. He's fucking, what is it? He's won one of his
former champ.
Now it's at Albini, and he looked fucking shit.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in the rankings. Arlovski's 12th and Struve's 10th, but I think Struve finishes him in about through second round.
Well, his last fight ended a 5 winless slump. Arlovski was 5 losses on the bounce until he beat Albini. But he's been finished by Miocic, Overeem, Barnett and Ngannou in his last 6. So he fought all them in a row. So
yeah, it's fucking,
that is a hell of a run.
Tiger, but his chin's just not holding up anymore.
But he's got massive knockout power, and I still think he's a dangerous fighter. But the most obvious game plan for him is to get in close and personal, dirty boxing to null and void the height and reach of Struve. So I think he's going to pull it off. I think Struve's quite clumsy sometimes. Sort of just throws. It almost like, you know when a cross comes in for football and you get caught between a header and a knee?
Yeah.
I think
that never happens to me, so I don't know.
You just said yeah, so obviously it does, you dickhead. You got caught right out there. That was literally like a ball coming in and you didn't know whether to head or knee and you answered yeah. I think Struve sometimes throws kicks when he should throw punches. Well, no, I've seen him move like that where he's gone to throw a kick and then sort of reacted and threw a punch when his knee's halfway up. So I think he's a bit of a clumsy fighter. I think Arlovski.
Talking shit about my friend. I was sitting outside the fucking lift with him, just having a chat about how shit Reebok is.
Yeah. Great. Arlovski for me, round 2. You're saying Struve, I'm going Arlovski. And we'll see.
I think Struve submits him.
Yeah, well, I think you know what you're talking about when you don't. Right, let's go to the third fight on the main card, which is the one before co-main.
Struve finishes him, I'm not sure how.
Okay. And it's Sean Sugar O'Malley, or Sugar Sean, versus Andre Sukamtaf, the Asian sensation. Coming off a surprise win against the talented Luke Saunders in his previous fight. Prior to that, he'd lost 2 by split decisions, which you said earlier he could have quite easily won according to according to people. He's a traditional boxing style fighter and has 7 wins and 3 subs prior to joining UFC. I think his best chance is taking O'Malley to ground because we've seen O'Malley obviously being a new fighter. Obviously for UFC, a new fighter within the UFC. I think the ground is like what Tyrion Ware done in the last fight against O'Malley. He made O'Malley work. And you could see O'Malley wanted to knock him out, but obviously Tyrion Ware knew of the knockout power because of the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series.
Chin as well.
Who?
Ware.
Yeah, exactly. He took some good punches. And you could see O'Malley didn't like being grappled with, did he? He was constantly trying to get up quick, but couldn't. Because he was obviously blowing from going all out in the first round, trying to live to the knockout hype. Yeah, we know O'Malley don't like on the ground, so you know, I think you can't count out this Andre Sukumtar just because obviously how.
He's never been finished.
Yeah, but the other thing was that Luke Saunders you quite like, and he finished him, and he looked all right.
Yeah, Luke Saunders had a bit of hype around it. Do you know their teammates, O'Malley and Luke Saunders?
Oh, are they?
Because after O'Malley was actually in the arena for that fight, and he watched it and I want that fight, and even the coach said, yeah, you should get that fight, and they both made it happen.
Oh, okay.
But
you got anything to add on Andre Sukumtar?
Nah, he's just had an unlucky run.
The thing is, he's still quite new anyway himself.
He could have been 3-0 easy in the UFC.
I love how he's the Asian sensation, but what I've looked at, he's like born in America and nothing to do with Asia.
He looks Asian though, if you look at him.
Yeah, he will be Asian descent, but I'm just saying everything about him that makes him the Asian sensation.
You're just talking shit, really.
Yeah. O'Malley.
I'll take it from him, mate. I think that Asian sensation, he's never been finished, but...
Whoa, I'm just going to put a break on that thing there. I've just talked about him and you've got anything to add? And you went, nah, not really. Apart from he's been unlucky in the UFC. Right, Sean O'Malley. Yeah, I'll take it from here. The Asian sensation.
No, but listen, all I was going to say is he's never been finished in his 5 losses, but I have some reason, in my brain, something's telling me a round 2 knockout O'Malley. He has to perform. If he doesn't, I think he's going to get like one fight. This fight would make him like, well, fucking hell, he's got a bit about it.
Make him blow up.
This is it. And I've just seen it. I would say it was a dream, but it's not. I've just sat there playing Fortnite and thought, wow, he's going to win by second round knockout.
Well, I've got a second round knockout, you twat.
Fucking hell, they're going to think we just look at each other's fucking...
Homework.
Yeah.
Right, O'Malley. We obviously know he's coming off of Dana White's Tuesday night contender, an exciting prospect. Last fight, obviously, I think the occasion got to him. I think he tried to live up to the hype of these knockout wins, obviously coming off of that fight that he had on the Dana White thing. And to be fair, I thought Tyron Ware had done a good job. I thought he really gave him a good test, a good solid fighter. But we got to remember, O'Malley's only 23 and has got plenty of time to stamp authority within the division. I said he'll get into the top 5. You said he won't.
What, by the end of the year?
Well, no, just in general.
No, that's bullshit. I never said ever, because that's fucking a bit fucking... I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but you said by the end of the year he would be top 5. I'm saying not a chance.
He will be by the end of the year.
So it is by the end. You just said it won't by the end of the year.
I said maybe.
Yeah.
No, it'll be by the end of the year. We've got proof of one of the other things, so it doesn't matter.
I'm telling you now, he will not be top 5 by the end of the year. He'll be just breaking in the top 15.
Okay.
If that.
Right, well, we know after
Wait
watching...
there, I'm just saying, it's scary to think that he could be in there with Cody Garbrandt in a couple of years. I would not want to see... I just don't see any way he beats Garbrandt.
It's too quick for him.
What? Garbrandt does not... What?
Welcome to the Sugar Show, baby!
I don't know. Did you see him at the open workouts?
Yeah.
Well, when he's in his balcony and he's got Drake on, God's plan, and he's there just dancing in his dressing gown, wrapping his hands.
Yeah. Well, he's going to gate crash it anyway, but they actually give him a little slot. Well, when's the weigh-ins? Are they not popped up on your thing?
I haven't got it on. Just fuck knows. I'll look at it.
Obviously, going back to O'Malley, we know from the last fight that he's going to want to keep this standing. So I'd imagine he's probably, more than anything, improved his ground game anyway, which he knows he probably needs to do, and his takedown defence would have been improved, I think. So, yeah.
Right,
O'Malley's second round knockout. We've got to move it along. Co-main. Frankie Edgar, rank 2, versus Bryan Ortega, rank 3, in the featherweight division. Right, he's playing with his phone.
Well, I was listening, you didn't ask me. You just said in the featherweight division.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for you to go, I'll take it from here. So, Andrei Arlovski versus Struve in the heavyweight division. Obviously, we know Edgar is
I'll take it from here.
Fuck off. Edgar, the biggest thing he's bringing into this whole fight is experience. And experience is going to be key. He's obviously long said that this was going to be his last run at the belt, as the age is obviously catching him. There's probably not a better fighter in this division to test yourself against before Holloway in Ortega, because of what a run he's been on and obviously what the hype is around him now.
I don't agree with that, but alright.
Well, I do. Being young, bit taller, got a lot of hype about him, wicked ground game, apparently got a good stand-up game as well. He's got everything Edgar needs to prepare himself. If he comes out of this with this fight with a win against Ortega, his confidence is going to be fucking high to go into Holloway.
Yeah, but you're saying that, but you're saying it's the best for Holloway as in maybe name and profile, but
no,
it's nothing like
I didn't say about name and profile. I said it's the best fighter to be fighting in this division with everything around him at the minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the best fighter at the moment for profile. And Ortega is the most talked about in that division other than Holloway.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's profile then. I'm saying as a fight for Holloway, it's...
What? Who wins it? Well, go on then. So you just slated my
Holloway's a totally
fucking
different fight to Ortega, so it doesn't really help him out. It's a good. Obviously, if you win, yeah, it's a great fight to win, but it doesn't. It's not like he's a fight like Holloway or anything. It's a different fight, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not on about that. I'm on about.
You are. I've just proved you wrong.
No, you've just took, like always, what I've said the completely wrong way. It's a good test before you fight Holloway. If he'd have fought fucking Cub Swanson or someone lower, it'd have been like, what's the point? Why is he fighting him? What's the point? He's tried. He could do what. It was like Yair Rodriguez. Everyone was almost going, and I was one of them. The way Yair Rodriguez fights, now young he is, and how fit he is, and how this and how that. He's gonna smash Edgar. He's gonna knock Edgar out. And everyone was like, yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight. And Edgar just bullied him. That's what I'm saying. This could happen again. Everyone's going almost towards Ortega and going, he's going to fucking... Because he's looked good. He's only fought Cub Swanson. You look at other fights he's fought fucking nobodies. He's just made a quick climb. And now he's fighting Edgar. And I think that's his undoing. I think he's going to put the flames out on this young prospect.
That Morcana or whatever, who to fight before Swanson, he was losing that. I actually had that Morcana to beat him, and he's losing. I was thinking, wow, it's round 3, and I'm right at the moment because it would have been a big upset, and then he put submission in. But this is where I'm going. Edgar's got more experience, obviously. He's more of a wrestler, so he's more like could be ground and pound. He'll try and just wear you out and shit. But I'm so scared for his neck. That neck goes anywhere near fucking Ortega.
Yeah, but he's a wrestler.
Yeah, but the only thing, but if you're wrestling, you go for a takedown, your head's like that, have formed down, guillotine, I know it's rare, obviously.
He's going to be used to that, though. He's going to know how to get out of them.
Yeah, but it's different when also he's got you in it, and it's experience. He should know how to kind of keep that away, like, because he's fought so long, he probably knows a little bit tips and keep his neck a certain way when he's going for a takedown, keep the guillotine or something away, and he knows little. I know he does, but the other thing is, Ortega, if he uses reach, from what I've seen, Edgar can be like kept away with his reaching, like just outboxing him. He does get outboxed. He just walks you down. You just outbox and move. It just if Holloway or Ortega can keep to that, then yeah, I think he could win it. But like you said, it's one of his first big fights, and it's short notice, so he ain't had a full cam. Edgar is dangerous. He doesn't give a fuck really, does he?
No.
Never been finished.
Well, even though he already had a belt fight, fair play to him for not sitting around. He could have waited for that fight, and he didn't want it. He wants to keep fighting.
I tell you what, nobody in that division would have took that fight with Ortega. Nobody. That is a stupidly dangerous fight.
Obviously, he looked amazing against Yair Rodriguez, a veteran of the decision and the sport. and will be more than willing to fight in this fight, and it'll be a good battle of the grapplers. Moving on to Ortega quick, 13-0, one of the few fighters still left undefeated. I didn't think much of him at first, to be fair. I remember slating him a bit. He's slowly grown on me because he's actually done alright and got some good finishes, even though they've not been against massive names. The only real name that we've spoke about is Cub Swanson. Every UFC fight he's had has been a finish. I don't think he'll be getting it all his own way this fight, and I think this will be his hardest fight so far. I don't think Edgar will be... Where you're saying about a guillotine, I don't think Edgar will be scared by Ortega's submissions. And I think it'll be one step too far for Ortega. And Ronaldo has disappeared because of poor connection. So there's a bit of peace and quiet in it as we reconnect. Oh, he's back. What a shame. Yeah, I was just saying about Ortega. What did you hear up to?
You're saying... I don't really listen to you. Talk shit, don't you?
Yeah, well, anyway, I've got Edgar decision. What you got?
Well,
chop,
last week
we've got
I
to move
was
it
saying
along.
Edgar decision, but then earlier I was saying to you Ortega sub, but now I've got Edgar decision. You sold me about his fight, so he ain't really fought no. So Edgar decision as well.
Okay, going into the main fight now. The champ of the women's featherweight division, Cris Cyborg versus the debutant of Yana Kunitskaya. Go. Because I'm going to just be slating Cyborg.
Alright. You're going to slate her?
Yep.
Oh, yep, alright. Yana Kunitskaya, that's how you say it, is 8-1 at featherweight, even though she's 10-3 in her record.
Last featherweight bout was in 2012. Go on.
Alright, she's had 7 KOs, 1 sub and 2 decisions. Obviously her debut at UFC, she's 8-1 at featherweight, so obviously it seems like she's better at that weight.
Even though she hasn't fought there in 6 years. Go on.
Cyborg's not lost in 13 years. She's finished every opponent since 2009 before home. She does 16 knockouts and 3 decisions. Earlier in the week I actually said I think Yana could win this. But I think she'll show that she's got something about her. But I think she'll get beat, but maybe it's a decision or maybe it's like late stoppage and she does perform alright.
Okay, well, I've got on that Kunitskaya, trains out of Jackson Wink, which is obviously Holly Holmes' camp, and trains with Holly Holm. So the only advantage they might have is that they've gone through a game plan with Cyborg already with Holm. Have they tweaked that game plan in favour of this Kunitskaya to try and defeat Cyborg now that they've had a proper 5-round brawl with her through Holm? I don't believe this girl is any good anyway. I think she's just another lamb to the slaughter. I think UFC have just pulled her in and gone, she'll look alright. Like you say, she looked at her record and gone, 6 years ago she fought this weight, we'll throw her in, blow her up again. This is all just to keep Cyborg in the spotlight. That's all it is. This is just another walk in the park for Cyborg, yet again, for this fake featherweight division. It's for the fake featherweight division. She got 7 wins by KO, 1 by submission, rear naked choke. She didn't even beat Tanya Evanjar. On the records I found, she's never beaten her in 2 fights. She had a no contest and lost. Last fight was for the vacant Bantamweight Invicta belt, which she won by decision. Her Invicta record is 1-1-1. This fight will be a one-sided affair in benefit of Cyborg. The whole division is a joke. This is literally an exhibition fight more than anything, just to please Cyborg.
Save the card, you dickhead.
Is it bollocks? If Megan Anderson is the legit contender and a genuine 145er, which we keep reading she is, right? Why hasn't this fight been made? And I believe it's because they're actually scared that there's a chance that Cyborg could lose, and they don't want to risk losing more money like they have with Rousey leaving. And that's why Cyborg is getting all these walkthroughs. So this is just a comical exhibition fight to end the card, to pull in the crowd, because Cyborg, who's just a fucking just a cutout, a cardboard cutout that no one can seem to beat because they're not good enough or not fighters.
Listen.
Only fight worth mentioning is Home, who should have won that fight. That's Cyborg's.
Yeah, I thought she won that fight.
That's Cyborg's toughest fight, and she was a blown up bantam. So if someone who actually got a bit about them can fight and actually be at that weight, they'll fucking definitely beat Cyborg. Put it that way. I think she's
crazy, but I'll go Shevchenko would beat Cyborg.
I think she's a one-trick pony. I think Pennington or Nunes, if they play to that weight, I think they'd both give her a fucking kicking. I don't think Cyborg is as good as what people say she is at all. She's just fighting shit.
As everyone says.
What?
I don't think she's as powerful as everyone says.
Yeah.
You want to go or not?
No. Look, 2 seconds.
No, I'm gonna take the bike to get the money.
And then come back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go.
But I have to wait for maybe 8 or 9.
What are you doing now?
I gotta go work.
And then come back?
Then come back.
Oh, okay. Do that then. That's okay. Yeah.
Wake up.
No, speak English. Right. I'm not on the clock now because she's nicked the bike. Anyway, right, going back into it.
They're saying that they're hoping to put Nunes Cyborg for like in July sometime, maybe 226.
I just think Cyborg's hyped up over nothing. The moment it's going to be a Ronda Rousey moment. The moment she loses, everyone's going to go, oh, and then it's going to be, fuck it, she's shit anyway. She's not that good a fighter. She's just a man in women's clothing.
Oh my god, he said it.
I'm harsh, but fair. And that's what we do in Bros Talk Sports. We tell it how it is. Right.
What a cunt. Oh shit.
I don't rate her. I really don't. I think she's just...
Fortnite's got to your head, innit? You've just had enough.
Right, moving on to the card for the bets.
Oh my god.
The bets. Here we go.
What did you say to me at the start of this podcast? When we first done it, first episode, keep it like don't say too much bad shit. And there you have.
Well, she don't know where I am. She can't find me.
He's in Thailand.
Right.
Trains out there as well, you dickhead.
I don't give a shit.
You knock her out.
Yeah. Oi, mate, I'm a heavyweight. She's a measly flyweight, featherweight. Right, going on to the bets for this week. I've gone with a Mackenzie Dern submission, a Beneil Dariush decision, Sean O'Malley KO, and a Frankie Edgar decision. A tenner gets you a nice cool 453.75. That's nice. I'm going to get on that straight away. But make sure I remember to get on it. Ronaldo's treble is Cody Stamann, Sean O'Malley, and Stefan Struve for the wins. A tenner gets you a nice 52.38.
Just doubles Hernandez, done it really.
So you get 2 chicken dinners in the week.
Love it.
Yeah, so get on them if you fancy picking up a few extra pounds. Even though Ronaldo won the week before last and then lost last week, I've yet to win, so I'm not really give a shit.
Yeah, Fortnite's got on your head, man. You're like...
Have you got a Fortnite's got on my head? I'm not...
Wait, let me just say this time. I don't know if I've told them before, but we were playing Fortnite probably about, I don't know, a month and a half ago. And he was down, and I went to save him, and what's the point? What is the fucking game? What's the point?
At the time, what was the point?
On Fortnite.
I was getting... I'll put it on it now. Right. Fortnite. If anyone plays it, I play it for free, the same as Ronaldo. I can't be asked to buy it because I think it's a load of bollocks what you get.
He loves it.
But it feels like the people that have brought it can kill us quicker than we can kill them. There's an advantage. People, I've looked up things and people go, no, there's no advantage. There is. People land, they come out of the sky and land on houses when I'm just about to touch foot on a roof. There's about 3 come flying in out of nowhere. And when I'm looking around, I can't see anyone. And all of a sudden, they're on the roof. And they've all the ones in their outfits and uniforms. And they're paid. If you pay for the game, you get advantages. It's like anything in this world. If you're paying a company, they're going to lean more towards you than someone that ain't paying. I said this, and it's fucking true. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Right, you said
because it makes sense. It makes sense. If you're paying the company, they're going to want you to keep paying, so they're going to help you out.
Alright.
It's bollocks. What?
You said it's a load of shit now. What are you going to be doing in about 20 minutes?
Probably having a dump. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I really wasn't.
And you got to shovel through snow to get home? Or is it all
I've got
gone?
football boots on. Look, wait there. I've got football boots because...
Because, yeah, they're going to dig into snow. What a great idea.
No, it's good. It's my trainers or my Air Max.
You've turned the camera to black. I can't see
there.
shit. Oh my god.
Look.
Studs in snow, yeah. That's what they're designed for.
My shoes are drenched.
Oh,
There's
right.
fucking 10 inches out there.
10 inches.
No, it's not. It's like 10 centimetres.
Yeah, nice. Right. With that, I think we're done. Enjoy the card. If you're following with the bets, good luck with the bets. What's the fight card next week? It's a fight night, isn't it?
No, it's 2-3 weeks' time. It's that Wadoom and
Oh, the UFC London.
Vulcan.
17th of March. 17th of March is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be the 2nd or 3rd now. Alright, well, sweet. I'll get a line next week. Well, thanks to anyone that's tuned in. We'll see you for UFC Fight Night London. Shame we're not there, but it's an absolute shocking card. That's why we will not be there. Plus, I'm not even in the country, so yeah. On that note, we'll see you in...
Wait there.
What?
Something just came out saying that Woody and Dos Anjos are going to be fighting, and then they're going to try and put Wonderboy and Coton on the same card.
Oh, okay. A little bit of breaking news there. It's starting to become a regular thing with Ronaldo. Yeah, we'll see you all on UFC London in a couple of weeks. Enjoy the fight, UFC 222. Yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Follow, subscribe, all that malarkey, and we'll see you soon. You saying anything?
I thought the card was shit, but it's actually decent. That's it.
Alright, cheers for that. Laters.
Yeah. Is it finished?
No.